Oh hi there big boys, and welcome to my review of Flipping Death for the Nintendo Switch. This was a pretty decent game. It had its problems, I'll get into them. Right, so it's a game where you sort of solve puzzles and sort of a platformer, sort of adventure game. You become the other characters and control them. It's just a bit weird. It's sort of like you're becoming them, but with input lag. Anyway, so yeah, it's an adventure game, but it's got really silly puzzles. They're like, you know, touch the whale with this horn, and the whale will go up in the air, and that will spin a wheel, which will somehow do something good. And yeah, there's lots of that. But the game is quite charming, and it's got really lovely looking art style. Actually, I quite like it. It's a bit sort of like pop-up book sort of style, but very cool. It's not too long, it's about 6 hours long, it's got 6 levels of varying length, but to be fair, there's loads of little secrets around and side quests and stuff, but I didn't bother with them, to be honest, because this is the bit I will get to in a minute. The game is really confusing. So yeah, the dialogue is also pretty good. It's very well written, and there's loads of dialogue, you can't escape it really. The overall presentation of the game is really great, other than there's a slightly dodgy frame rate. It runs at about 30 FPS as far as I can tell on Switch portable mode, and I feel like I would have liked it to run at 60, because especially for some of the platforming, it gets quite hard to really know what you're doing. And also, I don't think the game should really have platforming in general. I just don't think it really works very well with the what they're doing. But oh well. So yeah, it's got really good voice acting as well. So basically, the idea is you jump around in the demon form or whatever. Go get these weird, I don't even know, like sort of weird ghosts, and then you spend those ghosts to control people, and then you solve puzzles with those people, and they go, you know, they interchange, and they all blah blah, loads of stuff happens. It's very cool. It's quite an impressive thing what they've done there. But the game is just really confusing. I had no clue where to go half the time. It does have a hint system, which I genuinely don't understand how the game would be playable without. Luckily, they do help, and you get exclamation marks on the map, which will help a lot. They'll tell you where to go. Sometimes, not always. And those hints, they're not even like text hints, they're image hints, which is an interesting idea. But to be honest, I had to follow a walkthrough many times because the solutions were just so out there and absurd that it seemed crazy. So like obscure, I just don't know how you're supposed to work it out for some of them. But, you know, maybe that's just me, I don't know. It's got a pretty decent story, nothing amazing, but it's fine. Got some lovable characters that you sort of get to know with, and you sort of go around the same levels over and over again with, not always, but sometimes you get new additions to levels, so it expands, and you see it from different like angles, not literally though. Right, and it's got nice haptic feedback. I always like good haptic feedback, and the controls are a little bit finicky, but you get used to them, especially since controlling the other characters feels really weird. Like it feels somewhat laggy. And especially for some of the more finicky moments, it can be a pain in the arse. So yeah, it's a platform game at times, and that's where it's its weakest really, because I think the game is its best at just an adventure game. So really, I'd recommend this game if you like, you know, old school adventure games with stupid solutions, with a sort of modern twist on it. Because it isn't a bad game at all. I did enjoy it, and I just feel like I wish the game hadn't had such stupid solutions to puzzles, which weren't just crazy. But you know, it's a good game, and I would recommend it. So yeah, that's Flipping Death for the Nintendo Switch. So that was weird. Thanks for watching, big boys. It's the point in time, and bye.